Hello, dear friends. Gypsy Spirit here with you, and I am back on board. I know I've taken a little time off, um, but we're doing the cards in reverse, learning how to read them in reverse now. We've done everything upright, and I've always said that if you run across a tarot reader and they pull reverse cards and they don't read them in reverse, then you're not getting an accurate reading. So it's really important to learn what reverse means. Usually it means the opposite of what upright means, but it could also have some more deeper meaning. Now, also remember that when you're reading for somebody, they're going to talk to you about what's going on in their lives. And so by looking at the cards, again, you have to use your intuition, your discernment, but in looking at the cards are always going to tell you something different. They're always going to have like a deeper meaning into them based on the situation with your client. You really just have to listen to your client. These people who think that reading tarot, that we can read minds and things like that, that's Hollywood. And I don't even pay any attention to that. And I won't even deal with people that, I have a lot of people, I've had customers come in and say, well, I'm not going to tell you anything. Well, that's fine. You don't have to tell me anything if you don't want to. I mean, I'll pull the cards out, and when I start reading the cards, and what I'm seeing, what will happen is your customer will be like, oh, they do, they're telling some truth here. And then slowly, a lot of times, they'll slowly start giving you some details of what they want to talk about. So you have to use your discernment and how to work with your customers. So once they start seeing, once you start pulling the cards out and you're reading them, then you start learning more. And the more detail people can give to you, the more clear the cards are going to be. It goes beyond the cards. We also, not only are we card readers, but we also have to play a little psychology here. So I have a background in psychology and in religion. So that's why I guess maybe that's why I'm able to do it in the way that I do. There's a lot of you that also, you may have a little bit of psychology in you as well. So, and I think I've known this about myself ever since I was very, very young, like 10 years old. But anyway, it didn't develop until I was, I don't know, late 30s. And then the tarot came about in my 50s. So anyway, we're going to start with aces, because remember, aces take the place of one. So we've got the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands. Sorry, I don't have my glasses, so I can't see very well. Ace of Swords and Ace of Cups. And I'm still using my Alice in Wonderland deck. So the Ace of Pentacles, again, remember, Pentacles is about money. And so this what this card looks like in reverse. So when I see this card, Ace of Pentacles, it's in reverse. It's telling me that somebody's trying to make some money. They're trying to figure out a way to make some money. They've got an idea on how to make money, or they've got a money-making idea, I guess. But they haven't quite got the clarity on how to make it happen. Like, for instance, I want to open up my own store, metaphysical store, and I used to own a vintage clothing store, so I want to kind of combine the two together. And that is an idea running through my head, and I have lots of ideas on it, but I haven't quite gotten the full clarity that I need in order to move forward. So this card may indicate the Ace of Pentacles. may indicate that, yeah, somebody might be starting with an idea. It might be kind of a seed might be planted or something, might be thinking about a money-making idea, but they haven't quite gotten maybe the resources or the clarity that they need to really move forward. So I hope that helps in that. We also have the Ace of Wands. Now, again, Wands is about work, maybe working on yourself, physical work, maybe a job. And it could be, again, like they're stuck. They're stuck on something. A good example, again, and you'll notice that I use examples, that's my way of trying to help you understand. But like I'm writing several books, and one of the books, I was moving right along with it, and then all of a sudden, boom, I got writer's block. And that's what this would be. Like, I don't have any clarity on where I want to go next with this book. So it could be somebody who's looking forward to change a career. They might be in school, or they might be on a job where they've been working for a long time, and they want to change jobs. They want to do something different, but they don't quite have a clarity of what they want to do just yet. Could be somebody getting ready to go to school. Excuse me. And they know that they want to, say, in my case, when I went to school, I wanted to study psychology. So I started psychology, but then I didn't have a clarity on what exactly kind of psychology that I wanted to go into. And then later down the road, I switched my major over to religion and then minored in psychology. So it just means that somebody who is thinking of career changes, they're tired of what they're wanting, of what they're doing, maybe there's confusion, there's not any clarity in what they want to do. Or they could be working on a project, like I said, like with my book, and they're working away at it, and then all of a sudden they have like a blockage where they can't think of what to do next, or what direction to move into next. So that's what that card is all about. And again, listen. I would tell you that the most important thing in my tarot reading is listening. You really have to listen to the client with open ear. I mean, just be totally open and let them talk. Because honestly, a lot of times people, that's what they want to do. They just, they want to have a tarot reading, they want some help, but most importantly, they want somebody to talk to. No, but somebody that is not close to them or anything, that they can just talk to and express to them what's on their mind, what they're really thinking. So I guess in a way, doing tarot readings, you are kind of like a psychologist. I've had several people tell me they think of me more as a psychotherapist or psychologist or something, but that is kind of what you are to them, and you're just using the tarot as a tool to help guide them. The Ace of Swords, of course, in reverse is the next card. This is what it looks like upright. Remember that the Ace of Swords, when you see it, there's conflict, and when you see it upright, it's there's like clarity on how to deal with a conflict. When you see it in reverse like this, they're in the middle of the conflict, and they don't have the clarity they need to move forward and working things through with the conflict. It could be anything. you know, I don't know. I just if you could think of any kind of conflict that you've been in, and you know, like sometimes when we're in the midst of a conflict, we just have to take some time away from the situation so that we can get clarity. And this is telling me that when I see it in reverse, it tells when I see this Ace of Swords in reverse, it tells me that whatever the conflict is, that this situation is on this person's mind morning, noon, and night. So when you're in a conflict and that's all you can think about, and you keep replaying it over and over in your mind, you're not going to get any clarity because you are stuck. You're just stuck right there in that conflict. How do you move forward on how to unstick yourself out of the conflict? And that would be removing yourself from the situation in most cases, or just taking a break from it, not allowing yourself to think about it morning, noon, and night. I know that's hard to say, especially like in my case, like when my last boyfriend and I broke up, my God, that's all I thought about, you know. But it took me years before I could get to the point where I was not thinking about it morning, noon, and night. And when you're at that point, then you start to get more and more clarity on how to deal with the situation. So us being humans, that's a hard thing to do when we're in the midst of something and it's really got us down to the core, you know, where it's a conflict that's hurt us and we can't seem to move beyond it. So my suggestion to people always is to maybe do some meditation. They could get some Reiki. I offer my healing hands and crystal therapy. I know that there's a lot of people who read tarot and also do Reiki, so that's something you could suggest to your client, is to do Reiki. I guess, I haven't done these lessons in quite a while. I've been really busy with other things, but I'm also thinking now, as we're getting towards the end, like if you've gotten this far in the lessons, that's really great. Hooray! But now I feel like if you're this far, you're already thinking about possibly turning this into a business. So from here on in, with the lessons that I do, I'm going to also, at the same time as I'm teaching you the meanings of the cards, I'm also going to be kind of gearing you, trying to prepare you on how to work with clients and turn this into a business. I guess the way that I got started was I just started reading for people, and was I right all the time? No, because I was still learning tarot, but it's okay, just practice with friends, practice with family. We got the Ace of Cups here. Now, Cups is always about love and emotions, spiritual things. And when I see the Ace of Cups, somebody will say, somebody will come in and want to know if they're going to meet anybody new, if there's anybody on the horizon for them. When I see the Ace of Cups and it's in reverse, I see it as no. That answer would be no. There is nobody coming in, like a romantic relationship coming in. Because I feel like when I see the Ace of Cups, now cups, it includes a lot of water. You're filling your cup with water, to drink, the healing water, right? But it's not working out that way. You still have that person that you're reading for and they get the Ace of Cups in reverse. There is still some emotional healing that they need to embrace, that needs to happen for them before they're ready to move into a new direction, into a new relationship. And it could be somebody that is still in a relationship and things aren't going well, and there's just some healing that needs to take place. Again, listen to the client and whatever it is that they're telling you, what they're talking about, because this will help a lot. Also, when I see this card, I mean, like, you can read somebody, just, you don't even have to say anything. You can just look at the cards, like, immediately see where this person is at mentally, emotionally, spiritually. So when I see the Ace of Cups come up anywhere in the reading, I'm like, okay, this person has some emotional healing that they need to have. And then I try to gear the rest of the reading towards helping them to move forward in their emotional healing. Um, like I have always said in my readings, and it doesn't frustrate me anymore when people confuse tarot readers with Hollywood. I get it. But what I tell them is, like, I'm here to help them, to help enlighten them, that give them some enlightenment, to help them have courage, encouragement, to help them step into their own empowerment. So when I see the Ace of Cups and it's in reverse, I see that this person, they do need some enlightenment to help them, to help give them encouragement, and that encouragement will help them to step into their own empowerment. It could be somebody that is in a relationship and they've given all their power and all their control over to the other person, and there's no healing there. So you have to listen to what they're saying and what's going on. But when you see this card pull up in a reading, then you know that there is some emotional healing that they haven't received, that they need, and they need that healing before they can move forward. So that's all with the aces. So now we're going to go on to the twos. And if you have any questions, just let me know. So we're doing the twos in reverse. Let me get all my twos here. It's not always in the same order as I did the aces, but so we have the Two of Cups. Now we're talking about Cups again. Two of Cups. When the Two of Cups is this way, it means like two people meeting, and there's if you can remember, one person might be a little bit more eager to move forward with a friendship, a relationship, partnership, whatever, than the other. The other is a little bit more leery, they're kind of scared, but, they're willing, they're just taking it a little at a time. One person's a little bit more assertive than the other. But when you see it in reverse, it tells me that this partnership, relationship, friendship, whatever, isn't working. It has fallen apart. And so it's time to dissolve the friendship or relationship, because there is some trust issues and it's not working out. So if your person was the person that was a little leery and not willing to go for it all at one time, it's like they saw some red flags, and they need to listen to the red flags, because this is telling you that this is not working. A good example, again, my last boyfriend, when I first met him, within the first week, he was giving me a key to his house. And I remember thinking, this is happening way too fast. And I had even at one point, like the next couple of days, had told him that we were moving too fast, and I just needed some time, some space. And because I saw a red flag, and you know, a day or two later, I thought about it some more, and it was like, no, I'm just going to go for it. And I ended up paying a high price for it later. So that's what this means, is like this person, there's already some red flags in the situation, and they really need to pay attention to it. So now we have the Two of Pentacles. Again, money, balancing everything. This person might be spending too much money. This is in reverse. There's no balance in their financial situation. So they need to buckle down and find some balance there, or they're really going to find themselves in a financial bind. So when you see this card, I'm like, okay, you're not balancing your finances. You're living beyond your means, or you're spending way more than what you should, and so everything is out of balance. Maybe they're not able to meet their bills because they're putting so much money into something else that's causing them to fall behind on their other things, their bills and things. So my thought that is coming to me is like somebody that's addicted to drugs or gambling, and they're putting all their money into that, and everything else is falling behind. There's no balance, no moderation. So that's for that card. Then we have the Three of Wands. Again, I'm sorry, Two of Wands, wrong twos. Two of Wands. You know, when you see the Two of Wands, again, Wands is about work. You can see there's some growth there, but you come to a standstill where you got to do some planning for your future. And with the Two of Wands in reverse, it's telling me they're not projecting their work for the future. They're not setting themselves up to work productively for what's to come in the future. They're just like on a wing and a prayer here. And it's time. There may have been some growth with their business, but now they really need to take some time and sit back and see what they've done and be able to make plans for the future. It doesn't necessarily mean that they have to make plans for the next year or two. It could be that they just have to take it one step at a time. Maybe make a plan for the following month, or up to at least 3 months. But they need to have a game plan and how to continue to keep being productive. I know for myself, when I have it all written out, what I'm going to do this month, next month, whatever, especially when you're working for yourself, and you follow that plan, everything runs smoothly. But if I don't have a plan and I'm just winging it, I don't ever know what's going to happen. So there you go. And believe me, I have done that many times. So the Two of Swords in reverse, there is a way out of the conflict. There is a way, but they're not seeing it. They can go one way or the other way. This is what Two of Swords in reverse. They could go one way or the other, and they're going to see it. They're going to get the clarity. But when it's in reverse, there is some options, and they're not seeing the options. They're, I would say in many cases, when you see the Two of Swords in reverse, it's like they're playing the victim, like, oh, poor pitiful me, what am I going to do, blah, blah, blah. But there's always, my dad used to always say, why are you crying? The sun's going to come up tomorrow, right? And yeah, there's always a way out. May not be the right way, and that's okay. But there's always a way to overcome the conflict. And when I see the Two of Swords, it's like it's there, they're just not seeing it. So again, there's still have a lot of unclarity there. So I hope this helps. Our next video, we're going to be on the 3s and the 4s, and that will be in your next video. Thank you so much for listening. Bye-bye.